Okay, so you have got your feet just where they're comfortable and palms facing up, but hands out wide enough that they're pretty comfy. So don't have them stuffed in too close to you. You can just have them nice and wide, comfortable shoulders. We're starting off with a small arch in your back and some breathing to loosen off your spine before we get into the workout. So inhale through your nose. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and flatten your back to the floor, belly button to spine to stretch out your lower back. Inhale, let your back arch. Exhale, use the shush. You can hear Clara's shushing just to empty her abs and to pull them flat. Inhale, let your back arch. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and flatten your back to the floor, stretching through that lower back. Inhale, glutes are not on, so relaxed glutes, relaxed hammies. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and flatten your back to the floor. Pop your hands on your rib cage, keep going. Abs in, tuck your pelvis, feel like your tummy flattens down towards the floor. Inhale, feel your rib cage blow up. And on your exhale, feel your rib cage slide down to your abs. Inhaling, let your back arch. Exhale, back of the rib cage to the floor and lower back to mat. So we're really lengthening the spine and unlocking your back. Inhale, take a really big breath. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and slide the rib cage down to the floor. Inhale, let your back arch. Exhale, tuck all the way until it feels like the length of your spine is flat onto the mat. Inhale, let your back arch, relax your glutes. Exhale, slide the rib cage down, so upper back to the floor and lower back to the floor. Inhale, fill your rib cage with a really big breath. Exhale, back of the rib cage comes down and tuck your pelvis flat. Inhale, let your back arch, relax your glutes. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and slide ribs to hips. Inhaling, nice long breath. Exhale, think armpits to hips and rib cage sliding down into your abs. Inhale, let your back arch to soften off. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and stretch out your lower back. Inhaling, really nice big breath. Exhale, slide your rib cage down and your lower back to mat. Inhaling, let your back arch, take a big breath into that rib cage. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, belly button to spine. Move your hands to your tummy. Inhale, feel your stomach soften and fill everything up with air. Go into the rib cage. And then exhale, feel your abs come all the way flattened, belly button to spine when you tuck. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. And exhale, tuck, 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 and tuck. Inhale, let your back arch, glutes are relaxed. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, belly button to spine. We're doing 1 more. Inhale, relax your shoulders. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and flatten, flatten, flatten your back to the mat. All right, from here, Claire's going to roll over onto her tummy and ball between your ankles. If you don't have a ball, a pillow is absolutely fine, or a rolled up towel. It's just there for a guide at your ankles. So forehead is resting on your hands. You're sliding armpits to hips so that you've got length in your neck. Kick your feet out a little bit and make sure that they're really nice and heavy onto the floor and they're not lifted. Inhale. Exhale, abs in, tuck your pelvis and squeeze your glutes. Inhale, relax, leave your feet down. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes and keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale down to soften, abs up, belly button to spine, and squeeze those glutes. Inhale, relax your neck and shoulders. Exhale, use the shush to pick your abs up, tuck your pelvis, and squeeze those glutes. Inhale, relax your quads. Abs in, tuck hard, and fire those glutes. Inhale, relax your neck and shoulders. Belly button comes up off the floor as if there's a pin pricking into your belly button from the mat. Inhale. Feet stay down nice and heavy. Abs in, tuck, and squeeze your glutes. Inhale, relax. Abs up, belly button to spine. Hold that squeeze. 10, so tuck your bum as hard as you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax off, and we've got 5 more. Inhale, abs in 5, glutes on, tuck your pelvis. Inhale, abs in 4, belly button up, and fire those glutes. Inhale, relax your quads. Abs up, use the shush to pick your tummy up off the floor and tuck your pelvis. Inhale, abs in, glutes on, neck and shoulders are softened. We're going to do one more, keep your feet heavy. Big breath. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release off. Right, over onto your side. We don't need anything for this one. And you're going to have your legs bent, arm out long, and we're going to clam. So you've got heels in line with tailbone. So I'll take your heels back more. Yep, perfect. That's it. And then slide that top knee down to match your bottom knee. Kick the ball at me. Yeah. Okay, relax your neck. Now, when you're here, you want to make sure that your knees match up. So when you pull your abs in, it almost feels like they lift off the floor. Okay, on your abs in. Right, this is glute activation from the side. So your glute should be the prominent muscle working here, and it should get a burn if you're doing it properly. So your feet are relaxed together, heels in line with tailbone. Take an inhale. Draw your abs in and up. Squeeze your glute and lift your knee without moving your hips. Now, if you're doing this correctly, it's going to feel quite small. Inhale down. Abs in, switch your top glute on and lift your knee using your glute, not your quad. Inhale down. Abs in, activate your glute and lift the knee. Good. Inhale, this is not about how high you can go, we're wanting stability. Abs up, squeeze your glute, lift your knee. Inhale down. Abs in, glute to lift. So really fire that glute. Don't lift this from the hip flexor or the quad. Inhale. Abs in, glute to lift. You're trying to feel a glute burn, a muscle burn, not a hip burn. Inhale. Abs in. This takes a lot of focus. You get the glute, then you do the lift. Inhale down. Abs in and glute to lift. Perfect. Inhale, bring your leg down. Abs in firm, squeeze your glute, lift the knee. Inhale. Abs in, squeeze your top glute, lift your knee and feel the burn at the end of your shush. Inhale, so your abs are pulled right up and in. Your glute is on and you lift and hold. Now you can feel this in your glute, not your hip flexor or your quad. Hold in the glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale down. Now stable pelvis. You can see Claire's pelvis and hips are not moving. Abs in, glute to lift. If you roll your top hip back, you're not getting correct glute function. Inhale down. Abs in, glute to lift. Inhale down. Abs up, Pull your belly button to your spine, glute squeeze and lift. Inhale. Abs in, glute squeeze, lift. Nice. Inhale down. Abs in. We've got no band on this because you can actually get a good glute burn if it's working properly. Inhale down. Abs in, glute to lift. Inhale down. Abs up, belly button to spine, glute lift. Inhale, abs in, glute to lift. Inhale down, knees match up. Abs in, squeeze your top glute, lift the knee. Inhale down, abs in, glute lift. We've got one more. Inhale, knee comes down. Exhale hard, get the glute, do the lift and hold in the glute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pulse it. It's so good. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glute working? Other side. So good. All right, so same thing. This time, obviously, we're activating the top glute, but trying to switch the bottom glute off. So mentally, you just want to tell that bottom glute that it's finished working and see if you can get the top glute to go. Okay, so heels, feet look in a good position. Heels in line with tailbone. Take an inhale. Now nice and slow for the first one. So pull your abs up. Now activate this glute on the top leg and do that lift with the knee. Heels staying together. Inhale down. Toes stay together as well. Abs in. Get your glute and do the lift. Inhale down. Pull your abs up. Fire your glute and lift that knee. Inhale down, abs in, fire the glute, and then lift the knee. You can see Claire's getting glute function before she even lifts, which is really hard to do. Abs in, get the glute, and then lift the knee. Inhale down, abs in, get the glute, and then lift the knee. Inhale down. Abs in, get the glute, lift the knee. Inhale, just soften your neck. Abs in, get the glute on and lift your knee. Inhale, hoping to not feel this in the hip flexor. Abs in and glute to lift. That means it's going correctly. Inhale down. Abs in, glute lift. Inhale down, abs in, glute on and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, we're going again. Inhale, abs in, glute lift, 10. Inhale, you can see Claire's not rolling her top hip back to get the lift. You want the glute to do this lift, not to come from your hip. Inhale down, abs in, glute to lift. So there's a stable pelvis with your abs in to support the pelvis. Inhale, abs in, glute to lift. Inhale down, relax your neck. Abs in, glute to lift. Looks amazing. Inhale down, abs in, glute on and lift. Inhale down, abs in, glute to lift. Inhale down, draw those abs up. It's exhausting doing all the things, but if we get it right, inhale down, then we've got full glute activation. Abs in, glute to lift. Well done. Inhale, pull those abs up, fire the glute and lift your knee, heels and toes are together. Inhale down, abs in, glute on, and hold in the glute. Focus on it and think about it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. You're gonna have glutes today.
That one's like stronger.
One's stronger than the other. That is so common. Yeah. Okay, lying down on your back, and we're gonna get those lower abs sorted. So we've got to find a neutral pelvis, okay? So you're gonna have your arms like that, or even actually put your hands on your lower abs. Yeah, it's quite a comfortable position to have them. So to find a neutral pelvis, you are gonna roll all the way into flat back, and then all the way up into an arched back, quite big. Yeah, and then you need to settle in the middle, just where you think the middle is. Yep. Now, if you put your hands lower down on your pelvis, even lower, you want to feel that your hands are flat, not tilted up like that. Can you feel how your fingers, you look at your hands and you can see your fingers are higher than your thumbs. Mm-hmm. So you need to arch your back a bit more. Now see they're flat? Yeah, you're hoping to work from there, okay? Because that's the lower abs that we're trying to get to. All right, so we're starting off with the basics. So you'll inhale. When you exhale, pull those lower abs flat, but don't flatten your back, and bring one leg to tabletop. So that basic leg, knee over hip, nice 90-degree leg, perfect. Inhale, leg down. Exhale, other leg up, but you're holding that leg up with those abs. So you've still got your small arch in your back and those abs are tightening. Inhale down, tighten the abs underneath your hands. That's it, and pull your leg up and using the shush to activate your abs. Inhale down, pelvis looks stable, abs in and lift, and you can see Claire is not rolling her back into the floor. She's got her arch in her back, she's in neutral. Inhale down, lower abs, okay? Now this looks so simple and easy, but if your abs are working, it should actually be firing them. Inhale down, lower abs to fire. You're pulling them flat, they're not pushing your hand away from you to lift that leg. Inhale down, abs in, lift your leg. Now you're not lifting this with your quad or your hip flexor, you're lifting it with your abs. Inhale down, abs in 10. Okay, abs should be activating. Inhale, lower abs to lift that leg, belly button to spine. Inhale down, abs in, lower abs to lift that leg. Inhale down, use the shush to completely exhale those abs and flatten them. We've got 5 more. You should really feel ab burn in those lower abs, even though it's so simple, but this is how we activate them. Inhale down, abs in 4, belly button to spine. She's holding a neutral pelvis, she's not flattening her back. Inhale, abs in 3, still got a small arch in the back and abs are flattening. Inhale, abs in, leg up, knee over hip. Perfect. Inhale down, abs in, really tighten them, leave that leg up clear and bring the other leg up to match it. Now this should already be really hard. You're in a neutral pelvis. If you have a sore back or this feels hard for you, you can roll all the way into flat back for safety. Claire's doing it from neutral because she's so strong. Inhale. Abs in and tap that leg down, toes tap the floor and bring it back up. Well done. Inhale, holding a small arch in her back. Abs in. Now this should be so hard if you're using your abs. Inhale, abs in, tap your leg and bring it back up, all on the shush. Inhale, flatten your abs, tap the floor and bring it back. Inhale, abs in, shoulders are staying flat. You should be shaking by now if you're doing it correctly. Abs in, pull your belly button to your spine, tap the floor and bring it back. Inhale, abs in firm. Your back will not be sore if you're doing it correctly, if your abs are strong enough to hold that neutral. Inhale, now you've got to exhale, pull them down. Tap and bring that leg back up with your abs. Inhale, abs in, 5. Inhale, abs in, 4, holding a neutral pelvis. Abs in, 3, pull belly button to spine. Inhale, abs in, 2, pull them down, pull them down, pull them down. Inhale, exhale those abs in, tap and bring it back. We're going to speed it up. Inhale, abs in, 10, abs in, 9, abs in, 8, abs in, 7, abs in, 6, abs in, 5, abs in, 4, well done, abs in, 3, holding neutral, abs in, 2, abs in, 1. Whee! All right. We're doing it all over again.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure you requested 2 sets, didn't you? All right, so back to those easier ones, just to remind yourself, activating those lower abs and just reminding yourself how to look after your back. So we take an inhale, abs in, and leg just floats up to that basic leg, activating your lower abs. Inhale down, remind your back not to get involved. Abs in, pull your belly button to your spine and knee comes up. Inhale down, shoulders are relaxed, abs in, leg up. You're thinking armpits to hips to stop yourself from scrunching those shoulders. Inhale down, abs in, 5. Inhale down, abs in, 4, knee over hip, not flattening your back. Inhale, abs in, 3, belly button to spine, you're really tightening those lower abs. Inhale, abs in, 2, belly button to spine. Inhale, abs in, 1. Now tighten those abs, carefully bring that other leg up, keeping your pelvis stable. Inhale, your abs come in before you move that leg. Abs in, then tap and bring it back. Well done. Inhale, stable pelvis, abs in, tap. This is really hard doing it from neutral. Inhale, abs in. If you're at home, this is really advanced and you can go into flat back if it feels safer for your back. Abs in, tap and bring it back. Inhale, abs in, tap and bring it back. Inhale, abs in, tap. Inhale, really flatten those abs, tap and bring it back. Abs in, 4. Inhale, really shush those abs flat. 3, nice. Inhale, abs in, 2. Inhale, abs in, 1. Speed it up. 10, 9, 8. You can see Claire's abs coming in as she goes. 6, flattening them. 5, this should be so hard. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then fall down. All right, over onto your tummy. And we're going to do the dart, pulling back like that. Okay, so for this one, you want your feet about as wide as the mat. Okay, so it's a nice simple version of a back extension. And we're going to just pull back through the posture, open up those shoulders and also work the triceps. So forehead down, lots of parts to this, so just listen carefully. Inhale, abs up off the floor, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, pull your shoulder blades together, reach for your ankles and squeeze your triceps, leaving your head on the floor. So really pull your shoulder blades together. Is that hard? Inhale down. Good, because it'll be hard for everybody. Abs and glutes on. Pull your shoulder blades together and reach down to your ankles. Inhale, forehead stays on the floor. Abs in, tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes. Now lift those hands up, pull them together. That's good, that's good. Inhale down. Abs in, glutes on, pull your shoulders together and squeeze through your triceps. Triceps should be burning. Inhale. Abs in, glutes on, and reach for those ankles. Inhale, relax your neck. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, reach for your ankles. Inhale, relax. Don't lift your feet, whatever you do. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes. Pull your shoulder blades together and squeeze your triceps. Inhale, relax your neck. Abs and glutes on and reach. Stay there. Pulse your arms to the ceiling. Pulse your triceps. Pull your shoulder blades together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Take a big breath. Abs and glutes on and reach. Inhale down. Abs in, tuck your pelvis, fire your glutes, pull your shoulder blades together, triceps are on. Inhale, abs in, glutes on, belly button to spine, pull those shoulder blades together. Inhale down, head is nice and heavy on the mat. Abs and glutes on and reach. Inhale, nice heavy feet. Tuck your pelvis, squeeze your glutes and reach. Neck is relaxed. Inhale down. Abs in, glutes on, stay there. Pull your shoulder blades together, pulse it out. Squeeze your triceps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. Inhale, only because I want to make it to 30 minutes. Abs in, glutes on, and reach. Inhale down. Tuck your pelvis, glutes on. Pull your shoulder blades together and reach. Inhale down. Abs in, glutes on. Squeeze those triceps. Inhale, relax neck and shoulders. Abs in, glutes on. Belly button to spine. Soften your neck. Inhale, relax your shoulders. Abs up, use the shush. Pull your shoulder blades together, armpits to hips. That looks great. Inhale down. Abs and glutes on. Armpits to hips and reach. You got 5 more. Inhale. Abs and glutes on. 5. Pull your shoulder blades together, armpits to hips. Inhale. Abs in 4. Tuck hard. Reach. Inhale, relax. Abs in 3. Glutes on and reach. Feet stay down and heavy. Inhale. Abs in, tuck hard. Glutes on. Armpits to hips. Inhale. Abs and glutes on. Armpits to hips. Stay there. Pulse it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gotcha?
Yes.
Yes. I was actually going to say, you know, in the clam,
Yeah.
when that gets easy, you can just add a band to that
Yeah.
and then put a band on it and then do it through the glute. Make sure it's the glute going, not the quad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that will make it that little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are done.
You sweat so much.
That is so good.